Hello there, Next Issue listeners. Daniel here with a quick non-spoiler review for Mortal Kombat 2021. Not this one or this one, but Mortal Kombat 2021, directed by Simon McQuoid, written by Greg Russo and David Callahan, starring Louis Tan, Jessica McNamee, John Lawson, Joe Taslim, and a whole other bunch of people that let me tell you what I really liked about this movie, because as you may or may not have seen on Twitter, if you follow me, my hot take last night was that I was way more excited about this than the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale. So woke up this morning, watched it as soon as I could before we were logging into work, and now I'm here making a video. I've had, most of the day to process and go through everything. I have only seen it once, but let me tell you, as somebody that has played some of the games and it's really involved in the lore, I love the adaptation of this movie. This feels like it was made by a team of people, from the top, to the director, to everyone working on the sets. Like, this team of people really wanted to elevate and adapt the material in a way that we've never seen before. As much as I like the original movie, we've never seen something like this before. Very faithful to the original material. So if you're deep in the lore, you will know part of the story of what's going on. But then also there's so much new stuff, the introduction of a new character, as we've seen in the trailers. I think everyone I felt, at least when I was watching, that everyone working on this movie was excited to be working on this movie. And I've seen it from interviews with the cast. So that energy translates to the page or the screen. I did watch this at home. I haven't been able to go watch in a theater, but I definitely would if we got enough people together to safely rent out a theater. I definitely would. So if you are able to go watch it at the theater, go do it. I think it'll be well worth it. There's really cool backgrounds and stages, really amazing choreography with the fights. The special effects are probably what I enjoyed the most when comparing it to the previous, like the leap in technology from the original to this. It's unimaginable. Like, when people were working on MK 1995, I can't imagine what they could have done with today's technology. I think there is a few nitpicks. I guess you could, like, the story can be a little convoluted. You kind of know that they have a lot to set up, a lot of characters to introduce, so that can always get a little convoluted in a movie that's it's less than 2 hours. But you can tell, like I said, you can tell that everyone was having a good time making this movie. I really think that the way they set up all the characters, everyone got screen time in a way that really makes sense for the story. And then once again, the mythology, the stuff, the lore from the games and the comics and everything, it's so impressive that they would put this much work into it. So I really recommend it. If you are a fan of the games, fan of the comics, if you like Sub-Zero or how he looks, if you like any of that stuff, I think this movie's for you, and I think you'll have a good time watching it. This is a movie that's definitely rewatchable. There's a lot of Easter eggs that I caught on the first watch, and I'm excited to dive deep and go back and check out some more Easter eggs. So yeah, what else? I think that'll about do it. Overall, Mortal Kombat gets I would say 8 out of 10 fatalities. Definitely friendship. So yeah, go watch this movie. It's out now in theaters and HBOMAX. rewatch it. If you have a group of friends that are fully vaccinated and can get together, go hang out, watch it in as big a screen as possible. Turn up the sound, put on the soundtrack from the first movie to get you hype. There is a new song for an updated soundtrack from the original. It's really good. It's a really good update to the song, even though the original is a classic. Like this one, I believe it updates to the time and to the to the feel of this movie. So very, very enjoyable. Once again, go watch this movie. 2 thumbs up from Daniel from the Next Issue Podcast. In the link below, I'll throw a link to our friends at MK Podquest. They're also doing a review reaction for their podcast. You saw them here a few weeks ago on our live when we talked about the Meet the Cast featurette. So I definitely recommend you go check them out. They are going crazy over this movie. I'm about to work on a sound clip to send over for the podcast. So, go check them out. I put the link on the description. Share, like, subscribe. Let me know if you watched it. Did you like it? What's your grade? What would you give this movie? I think an 8 out of 10 is very generous for this, considering that video game movies have not had the best track record. Although recently I think they've been a lot better. But that's probably a topic for another video. Thank you very much for watching.